Welcome to Business Legal Lifecycle TV, the live TV show all about the legal aspects of your business to help educate you on complex legal terms in an easy to understand manner, to help understand why you need to do certain things in your business from a legal point of view, and to help you develop a plan for the future. Our mission at Business Legal Lifecycle is to help empower all small to medium-sized businesses around the world to get access to legal advice so that they can help build their communities and make the world a better place.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Business Legal Lifecycle TV. Today is Monday, so it's Fast Fix Monday, and we're talking about the hidden costs of litigation. Now, today's show, Jeremy, is show number how many?
200, Craig. This is our 200th show.
Wow, the double century in shows. So, from those of you who have been with us from the beginning, I'm sure you've got great value out of these 200 shows, and we look forward to you joining us for many more. Jeremy, the hidden cost of litigation is a pretty important topic. We've discussed it a few times in previous shows about what litigation and disputes may do in your business. So did you want to explain a little bit more about what we're talking about here with the hidden cost of litigation?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Craig. And I think I'll do that, and then you can give an example, and I'll give an example, because I think we've both seen this with clients over the years that they really don't think about that hidden cost. And last week in show 199, you talked about it a little bit, and that's the emotional toll. So that's the most expensive hidden cost in litigation, is the personal and emotional stress that any litigation exerts on an individual. This stress can be wide-ranging and brings with it a new degree of emotional worry and anxiety. And what we've found is that clients will be required, to really develop coping and time management skills to deal with the constant pressures of litigation that will be added to their existing duties. Because whilst litigation is going on, you've still got to run your business. You've still got to do what you do day to day in life. So it comes down to general life management and getting your existing duties done at the same time as doing litigation. Whilst a lawyer can take on a lot of that stress, there is always going to be that cost and that stress that you're going to have. So with experience, comes our ability as lawyers to actually help people to get through that. And we end up becoming coaches sometimes on the emotional side of how to manage litigation as well, don't we, Craig?
Absolutely.
And so, and being unfamiliar with the process, for a lot of business owners, we see it all the time that, as business owners, we like to know how to solve things. We like to know how to get things done, and this can cause profound stress when we don't actually know that. So, Craig, I could talk about this for hours. It's a topic that you and I talk about a lot. But do you want to give an example of where you've seen this happen to a client and whether they haven't realised it and the emotional toll that it's had on them?
Yeah, absolutely. So, we do have a number of examples where this has become prevalent. I think. A lot of businesses, when you've got a dispute, that's your sole focus sometimes, and it's hard to deal with that from an emotional point of view. But the example is obviously we're not going to name any names here, but it was a company in the building industry that had been successful for a number of years, and they were involved in a dispute with a supplier, and they ended up in court, and there was counterclaims and various other things floating around the place, and it went on for some time. So I think time spent in any litigation is definitely a hidden cost, and that has a strain on you emotionally. Unfortunately, as well as that, it had a strain on the relationship of the two people involved from a marriage point of view, and that had a severe effect on the marriage, which ended in family court proceedings, which is obviously very emotionally straining on top of the litigation that was already taking place. And as part of that, family assets that have been around in the family for some years needed to be sold, etc. So it can have ongoing emotional stress to your relationships, and that could be, even if that person's not involved in litigation or the dispute, just been going home at night time and being sort of stressed out about it has that emotional toll on a relationship. So it's important to think about those things. It's not, being aware of it, I guess, is the starting point. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't pursue a debt or pursue someone for some breach of an agreement or whatever it might be. But I guess it's just being aware of the emotional stress that it may have on your relationships and trying to be able to counter that by putting certain measures in place. So that was an example that in the end the matter resolved. However, the emotional stress I think far outweighed the actual end result from a dollar point of view. I don't think they're never going to get that time spent and that emotional stress back. So pretty severe example.
Mm. Yeah, and I had an example I wanted to share was it's actually a gentleman, and again not using any names, who was employed as a contractor for a business. He was a financial planner, and he was terminated from that business, and he decided to take them to court. Now he went to court and spent probably 2 years of his life just focusing on trying to sue his former employer for money that he wasn't really entitled to, but he wanted to pursue them anyway. And like with Craig's example, that caused him and his family a great deal of stress. It took a considerable toll on his marriage. Luckily, he didn't go. They didn't go down the divorce route. However, the strain and personal and emotional strain that put on him was extraordinary. And I still remember sitting in the barristers' chambers the day before court with an offer from the other side to drop the matter, and he decided to do it because for nothing. He ended up just the money he'd spent on the barrister and us. All because it was all too much and he didn't want to go to court the next day and he didn't want to have that independent party make that decision. And so the cost that he had for that was, or hidden cost, was not being able to start his business for a good couple of years, and really, focusing on something he couldn't control, and that cost him a lot of emotional toll and stress. So look, we don't want to dissuade people from litigation in all situations. We just want to make sure people are aware of what that hidden cost can be, and to really be ready for it going forward, don't we, Craig?
Yeah, absolutely. And when you know that it's there and could be coming up, then you can put things in place to hopefully reduce it as much as possible. So, important topic. That's it for today's show. So that was we were talking about the hidden cost of litigation. If you're interested in the show notes, this one's an easy show number to remember. It's number 200, as in 200. So jump on the website, businesslegallifecycle.com.au/200. Thank you for joining us on this 200th show. And we obviously look forward to many more shows. If you want to leave a review, please do so the message gets out there to other business owners about the content that we're sharing in this forum. So, Jeremy, anything else you wanted to add before we sign off for today?
No, that's it. I hope everyone has an awesome week.
All right, thanks everyone. Bye.